Welcome to Locker Room Conversations, and we have a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Well, I posted two videos, and I wanted to get your thoughts and reaction on the two videos that I posted.
Okay, okay. You already know, folks be telling me about my podcast show being a little bit controversial, that because of the things that I speak on and how I speak on them. But I mean, yeah, I'll dive into it. So
Right. I mean, that's or that old saying, "The truth shall set you free." So, we got a lot to talk about today, and for our fans and guests, might get a little bit controversial, but
it doesn't it always?
yeah, it does.
People always say put the truth in proper perspective. Well, I'll put the truth in proper perspective. It may come out the wrong way, but you know, it is what it is. So I see the videos that you post up, and I think one of them is like from Remnant Princess. Oh, I do a lot of reactions off of her. By the way, she's real cool, real good people, and I also have discovered that Danica Marie, she's good too. But I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play, and we're gonna go with it. So, I always like to give credit where credit is due. So,
Right.
shout out to Remnant Princess. Queen is amazing. So,
And make sure you guys follow her
yeah,
on
follow
her
her.
on streaming platforms.
Grab your shoulder pads and your helmet, and let's get this work.
Let's go.
Just fumbled one of the most sweetest men that I have ever met. And because I had so much shit going on in my life and I did not know how to regulate my emotions, I ended up losing a good man.
Men that y'all claim don't exist no more, I had that type of man.
So she ended up losing a good man. She ended up fumbling something good. I mean, we see that a lot. We see a lot of, well, I don't like to generalize. I would say a large number of women fumble something good and don't know what the fuck they fumbling. You know? I mean, damn, like, look what happened in my marriage. So need I say more? One thing I can say is that it's a learning curve. It's a learning curve. Either you gonna learn or you not, you know. But I do believe good men and good women exist. I do believe that they are walking somewhere in the universe, and it fucking sucks.
Right. Not all women are bad.
Oh, nah, not all. It's just that you have what has happened is you have a large number of women that get sucked into the entertainment industry and social media, and they claiming that they want a lifestyle that they've never had, but hate on someone that does have it, but yet don't know what it took to get there.
Right.
And you know, what's wrong with a large number of these women? I don't fucking know. I don't get it. It's like, don't get me wrong, a large number of what we call them fairy dust, lollipop, simp ass men. They have
Right.
their part to play in it too, because they also lean in with their money and their things, their
Right.
material
So
things.
right, yeah.
So that opens up the door for modern feminist women to behave the way they behave. But because she grew up with no father in the home, they didn't raise her right, so therefore, the streets had to raise her. Social media raised her, influenced her. So now you have all of these things going on, and you wonder why the behavior is the way that it is with a large number of women and a large number of men.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you choose who you be with. So if you choose the Pookie and the Ray Rays, the Makitas and the Shaquitas, you get what the fuck you deserve.
Yeah.
Let's play this.
Let's go.
I had him, and I lost him because I was stupid, foolish, young, immature, possessive, mean, with a nasty attitude, ungrateful, entitled, and ignorant. I had a good man.
Way back. I don't think I can ever love anybody like I loved my ex-husband. Most women can't say that. It's a hard thing for women to say. My ex-husband was a very sweet man. He took care of me like no other person would take care of me. He took care of me when I was seasoned. He took care of me when he took care of me when no one else was there. He was there. And
See, that part right there, that just stirs my grits. And here's the reason why. And I see you over there looking at me.
I mean, you know what? I just have to say this. Okay, her ex-husband, she said that he was a very sweet man. But, you know, in reality, that's your karma.
It's like, what, number one, why did you let him go? What happened? Like, I hear a large number of women say, I'm practicing self-love, self-care. I'm focusing on me. Fuck that. You was in a relationship and you fucked up. You was in a relationship and he fucked up. Somehow, some way, someone fucked up. And I laugh because be honest with your shit.
Right. In her situation, she fucked up. And, you know, maybe she was ungrateful. And, you know, he just got probably tired of it and said, hey, you know what? I can't deal with this no more. Then that's when the divorce happened. And that was it. But most men, we have to protect ourselves. That's number one. You know, I'm not criticizing all the women out there, but as men, we need to protect our ourself first. Number two, our assets. And then number three, our mindset.
I look at it like this. In 2026, men are no longer chasing bags. I want to hear about men chasing purpose. I want to hear about men saying, I have my peace. If I choose to date, this is who I choose to date. If I choose not to date a particular individual, that's just the way it is. And stand on that. Keep your fucking money in your pockets. Stop taking women out on dates that don't have your best interests. Stop sleeping with women that don't like you, that's not attracted to you, but they damn sure attracted to your pocketbook.
Exactly.
Being a good man comes with a price. Dealing with women whose behaviors drain your energy, time, and peace. Today we are going to break down 4 types of women that cost men the most, using real examples. You'll see why walking away early saves you years of regret, and why these women often end up alone.
You know something that maturity has taught me? I lost a real good man being batshit crazy. It weren't being the batshit crazy why I lost a good man, actually. It was the not wanting to accept that I was batshit crazy at the time. Because in my head, I was already irrational. My head.
In her head, reality had to come knocking at her door. Reality had to pay her a visit. Listen, you know, a large number of individuals have sold their soul to the things of this world. So you can't be mad at the devil when he comes to collect and he comes to see you. We've all been there before, you know. I've been to mansion parties. I'm quite sure you have. Hell, you know, we've been to a few together.
Right.
And we see the shit that goes down. We know.
Right.
We know what happens after 1 a.m. So we know when to leave at 12 midnight, 11:30, we're gone. Because
Yeah, it's time to
anytime
go.
after that,
Yeah, it's time to go. Yeah.
Anytime
Yeah,
after that, the
yeah. It's
all-seeing owl sees everything.
and just what was going on with these Diddy parties allegedly. It and then you have all these people coming out now. It's crazy. It's just insane.
Why
Like,
they coming out now? How come they didn't come out then? What's really hood?
well, I mean, my opinion is, I mean, some women maybe they were probably scared.
Really? The
I,
fuck
I, I
you
say, I
scared of?
say, I say, no, I say some of the women are scared, and and then half of the women were willing to participate. Maybe they got paid, or I mean, I don't know. Maybe they got paid, or they just wanted to participate. Because you gotta understand, like when you look at P Diddy, like he is a huge hip hop mogul, and he did these parties like constantly, like if it was the Grammys, if it was the Oscars, or if it just, I guess, if he just wanted to do one on a weekday. Like me personally, I've been through to like a lot of mansion parties. I've never been to like a Diddy mansion party. I went to a couple of his club events. Let me rephrase that for everybody. Club events.
Okay.
Okay. And
Okay.
like the vibe is good. Listen, I'm gonna be 150% honest. When you go to a Diddy club event, oh, it's crazy. It's insane. It's bananas. Like it was one of the best parties I've been to. Now, as far as when you go to a mansion party at his house, that's a little bit different. I kind of be like, I don't want to go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't want to go ahead and experience anything like that because, like I said, a lot of things went down. And,
Okay.
we heard in the courtroom, not just only with Cassie allegedly, that just with other women victims and things like that though. But hey, now in 2026, you're gonna have to think about it. Hey, you know what? I think I'm gonna sit this one out and stay home. And shout out to all you women. This is a learning experience for all you women right now. You need to
Oh,
just
most
stay home.
definitely. Most
You need to stay
definitely.
home. Stay home and make it a Netflix night or something. Because it's not worth it.
A large number of individuals, I'm sorry, I keep getting, folk messaging me.
Okay, that's okay.
They like, we see you, big truck. We see you, big truck. Keep doing your thing. Cool. Listen, at the end of the day, we have to learn to move in a certain way. And if you are not willing to move in that way, then you're going to get caught up. A lot of individuals are getting caught up. And we seeing it. We seeing it left and right. Folk getting caught up in bullshit and they don't know how to get out of it. And we're seeing it.
It works different already. I've been told that since I was a child, and I had always been able to function. So in my thing was, why are you telling me something that I don't know? Whole time I weren't seeing from the outside, but he was, and he was just trying to fix it. And I was like, bitch, please stop trying to be my dad. I got one dad. I don't need another dad. And I was just doing things, and he was like, girl. And then it just got to the point where I converted his care into, you're picking on me. You're literally picking on me.
A large number of women do that. They sit up there and will conjure up something and start something and take it somewhere where it doesn't need to go. I do not know why a large number of women behave that way. And, I guess you can it's kind of a two-edged sword because you have some men that operate in that same way. But I would just say those types of individuals in general that move in that way, something is wrong there. Because I'm quite sure, women will share the same argument when interacting with a man and that man behaves that way. And when we look at where it comes from, I mean, like, damn, what the fuck? It is what it is.
Exactly.
Let me see.
And one day, I just was a prick. And that's a piece of maturity that I've actually come towards. And then you know what he said to me? You put me off the idea of a happily ever after.
Your behavior hurt him. And I can hear it in her voice. I can hear it. She fucked up real bad. Accountability, a large number of women run from. A large number of women do not want to accept the harsh reality, the harsh truth of I've self-sabotaged my relationship and or marriage because I was never taught.
Exactly.
Daddy wasn't around. A large number of women suffer from daddy issues, and it shows. It shows in their behavior. It shows the way they move and the way they speak. They can sit up there and give all these damn excuses and copy and paste excuses and messages and quotes and halftime speeches. But at the end of the day, if your daddy was in your life, your daddy poured into you, you would function, you would have a balance. That's why they say it is important to have a mother and father in a household. This is so true.
Yeah, I think most women need to look up and learn the definition of accountability.
Yeah, and when you look at some of the sons, look at how they're being raised. Mommy. And we all know
Oh yeah,
the roads that goes down.
exactly.
When the sons have no father figure in the home, all they know is mommy, they're around mommy, then they pick up mommy traits and mommy habits. Okay, enough said.
And then another thing that I come to terms with in that situation is I know I turned that man into a villain. I see him, I watch how he moves. I did that.
Chaotic women thrive on drama but leave you exhausted. This is the price, a mental health toll. She loves chaos, constant arguments, jealousy games, or unpredictable mood swings.
Yes, yes, yes. They love that. I cannot sit up here and tell you how many times I've seen on TikTok large number of women shaming other women.
Right.
So you all these videos shaming men first and foremost. Who are these types of women? Modern feminist women.
Exactly. I mean, I've been with a couple of toxic women.
Yeah.
Love to argue, very ungrateful. You know, they just want their way. There's no 50-50. It's just no. You're paying everything. The rent, my food, everything. And it shouldn't even be like
But
that.
think about it though. Like when you think about 50-50, 100 on 100, I like to say 100 on 100.
Right.
Here's why. If I'm putting 100% into the relationship, shouldn't she put 100% into the relationship?
Exactly. Well, my opinion, ladies, is that you should work together as a team.
Yeah. A large number of individuals have got this game all messed up. If you look back in the 90s, look how easy it was back in the 90s to have relationships. It didn't take much. Hell, we can make 2 damn sandwiches and get some bag of chips and 2 sodas and go on a damn picnic and chill.
Right. Yeah, but now I think these women now, like in this generation of women, sorry ladies, look, listen. You know, one, you need to stop acting ungrateful. You know, if you find a good man, go ahead and work that relationship out with that man because you know most men out here are dogs, you know. So You got
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
men. You got a lot of men that uh they don't even know how to treat a woman. But you got some women that just are ungrateful and hey, well, it's my way or the highway, and it's not supposed to be like that. So hey, you work together as a team, you know, and you can build capital that way, and just it'll just be. I mean, maybe who knows? You'll probably get married one day, but
True,
there's a
true.
lot of single women out here, especially in Las Vegas, Nevada.
I mean, being, traveling from Vegas to LA to Vegas and on the East Coast, the things that I've seen more even on the East Coast. There is a difference. There's a difference of how women treat men versus here on the West Coast, how a large number of women treat men. Okay. And vice versa. You have good and bad wherever you go.
Right,
But
right, yeah.
the scales shift
Well,
depending on
you
where
know
you're
what?
at.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like when I travel overseas, when I go to certain different countries, like the women are more humble. They're more like um, submissive. But you have a lot of women in the states. I mean, ladies, I know you're gonna get mad at me. Who is this guy talking? But they're just ungrateful and
Entitled.
entitled. And ladies, you have to know your worth. You have to know who you're getting in a relationship in. Don't get in a relationship and then 9, 10 months later play the victim.
Social media. Social media plays a huge part
Social media, that's one. You're right. Absolutely correct.
Be-
Social media.
because they see the lifestyle or they see the woman living that lavish life, and half the time a lot of their asses is fake. They give you the illusion they living this lavish life and they going on these fancy trips when they just going to another damn city, but have your ass thinking they living lavish.
Right. And these reality shows.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
when you
yeah.
look at reality TV, I'm not going to really blame it on the cast, but it's a lot of these producers. They're writing the script and they're like, "Hey, we want you to say this and do this because controversy sells. So
Yeah.
we want you to say this and do this. We want you to just throw plates and chairs at each other, and that's going to cause chaos. And I guess that's good for the ratings or whatever with these reality shows. But hey, ladies, you have to do better.
Have to do better.
You have to do
Let's
better.
not talk about your girl Natalie Nunn. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, we don't want to even get in. And
It's
mix-
exciting at first, but it's a trap. You pay with your peace, sleepless nights, work distractions, even health issues from stress. Good men get labeled boring for wanting stability. Walk away early. Chaos is an addiction, not love. A 2025 study on young Canadian men found that those in distressed romantic relationship reported 37% higher psychological distress, 43% higher suicide risk, and greater loneliness compared to those without such challenges. Real good men build empires, not put out fires.
I fumbled the man I probably should have married. And
I say that kings come to the table with their problems and their issues and leave with solutions. In 2026, kings come to the table with their problems and their issues and leave with solutions.
I like that motto.
I see more men talking. I see more men asking questions. I see men in the comments asking me questions. TikTok, Instagram, they're tapping in. They liking what I have to say. They're liking the videos and they're sharing their stories. Hey, I experienced that. I went through that. I just got out of that. I'm about to go through it. What advice can you give me? And this is what I work hard for, to build a platform where men can have a voice. Men can have a place where they can come vent, they can come share, and they can be themselves. It won't have to be judged. Won't have to be criticized. And the things that I speak on or videos that I react to are all based on experience. Let's hear what this person has to say.
And I'm making this post so that y'all don't do the same thing that I did. This is an accountability post. I met him on Hinge, and this was back when the algorithm was working a lot better, and it was like 2022, I believe. I didn't like his profile. I just knew he was gonna like me, and the next day he did. Normally I name names, but just in case he has a new girl and they're at peace, I don't want to disrupt his situation, so I'm not gonna name his name. But anyway, we met up quickly, we went on a date, and we ended up being like glued to each other pretty fast. We were like in a relationship within like a month, I believe. He locked it down. He was not trying to see me single. This man was fine. He was like 6'3", buff, long hair. He looked like Roman Reigns. Society would easily give him a 9, easily. And if you know me, you know who I'm talking about. But frankly, his looks were pretty irrelevant, honestly. He actually was very kind, very sweet, very empathetic, very emotional, very in tune with his emotions, but also quite emotional. And, you know, he just had a lot of very positive traits. The number one being, he did not play about me at all. We went to brunch with his brother and sister-in-law, and they were kind of cold, like not really like, I don't know, warming up to me. And he called that out immediately. He was like, absolutely not. When his brother was not trying to get to know me after like we had met, he was like, can you put more effort in with Britt? Like, that's my girl. Like, put some respect on Britt's name. Like, he did not play about me at all. I had never in my life dated a man like that. I had never dated a man who was on my side. Like, who, like, I don't know, defended me. I've never had that before. He also impressed my parents. My mom liked him a lot. She said I broke his heart, and honestly, I agree. But yes, my parents liked him a lot. So
She broke his heart.
Wow. Ungrateful.
So women say, I want a good man. You have a good man.
Right. And when you actually have a good man, you fumbled him. Just like that. Just what she said. All the great qualities, I guess she loved his looks, his personality.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
And he actually he was defending you with the sister and brother. And you still fumbled your relationship.
And this is what we hear. You have a large number of women that will fumble something good. She fumbled and looking at her video, she's very attractive. How do you have something good but fumble it? And this is what we hear.
Ungrateful.
This is what is going on. I want a good man. I want a good man to love me. I want a good man to do this. I want a good man for this and that. You know what? You've never hear a woman say right off the rip, I want a man that I can love. I want a man that I can do nice things for. I want a man that I can do this, and this. And
there's
and
a
third.
very few.
But you all, I'm going to cut you off.
Right.
But you also hear women say what they want from man. I want a man to do this. I want a man to say this. Go here. You're like, you want a man for all these things, but yet man don't hear out of your mouth things that you would do for him.
Right. It's very hard to find a woman like that. And maybe I say in this world, it's maybe I say 2%, you know, that really want a real relationship. It's sad.
And I honestly believe that you have some women that are genuine, but when you have a large number of women that are broken, it shows. When you have a large number of women that lean on their education, their job, this, that, and getting all sassy with it, talk to the hand, men ain't trying to hear that shit no more. Having these high-ass unrealistic standards, men ain't playing those games no more. Men are setting standards. Men are setting their limitations. Men are having a preference, whatever their preference is. And those that are tapping in, put a number 1 in the chat, but also let me know. Let me know.
Yeah, we wanna, hear your comments, not just from the men. Hey, ladies, we want to hear your comments too. What do you think?
Yeah, because I always like to listen to what people have to say. So, and this is a real good, needed type of conversation. Many should sit at the table, at the round table, and have. Most folk don't know how to leave their attitude and their feelings and the emotions at the door and come sit at the table with some real ones, with some real kings, and have a conversation, be open-minded, be willing to listen, and be willing to understand where the individual is coming from. Sometimes you have to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. That's just my opinion. But yet, folk don't want to have certain conversations because it forces them to look at themselves, and it also forces them to take accountability.
We dated for like 6 months, and I kept feeling like something was just missing throughout the relationship. Like something just felt like it was missing. And I would communicate that to him like, oh, I like you a lot, I love you, but like something's just missing. And I didn't know what it was. And this poor guy was just doing his best to try to figure out what was missing, like trying to make adjustments, but like he just couldn't figure it out, and neither could I, because I didn't have the self-awareness that I have now. What was missing was chaos. No matter how many adjustments he was willing to make, he couldn't adjust himself to become a chaotic.
Stop at the bumbleclot, stop. Chaos.
Yeah, she wanted drama. So she he wasn't the argumentative type. And, he did everything she said. He was the nice guy, whatever. He took her out. He did everything that a real man's supposed to do. But she wanted the drama, the yelling, the arguments, and things like that. Hey, whoever that woman is, she's the definition of toxic.
I will have to agree. I'm a person, I don't argue. I know when it's time to pick up my shoulder pads and my helmet and walk the fuck on. I don't need to waste energy going back and forth. There's too much opportunity in this world for me to be boo-hooing, humping over fence, down on bending knees for a motherfucker that's like toxic shit. And I'm keeping it $1 with you. I don't do toxicness. I don't care how good the booty is, the sex is, and all that. No, those things, when I look at the reality of it, I look at what really matters. My peace is what matters.
Peace of mind. It does. And
I'd rather deal with the woman that's going to bring me peace and love and joy and so forth. But see, again, it goes back. Where did it start? Where did it begin? We got to look at your childhood. Because your childhood is where things start. Things happen. There were some things going on there. She didn't wake up one morning and say, you know what? It's a great day. It's a great morning. I feel like fucking up a relationship. I feel like self-sabotage something good before it gets started. Let me call who I need to call on the phone. There you have it. And then I'm going to go on social media. I'm going to go on TikTok. And I'm going to make a video. And I'm going to vent. And I'm going to leave the chat open for people to give me attention, to give me validation, to tell me he was wrong and that I'm right. I need sympathy my way.
Right. And yeah, she's just basically,
This is what they do.
trying to play the victim after all that. Oh, yeah.
This is what they do. And
It's his fault. When in reality, it was your fault.
that part,
You fucked up. And that's why you're
Like
saying,
toxic man when he
That
just
part.
wasn't that. And that's all I had ever been used to. You see, I had not taken the time to like truly heal myself after my relationship prior to him, which was with an abusive guy. Very abusive, emotionally avoidant
never
guy.
taken the
Emotionally
time to
unavailable.
heal from her
everything.
last relationship.
Okay, I had not healed from that. Not
There we
enough
go.
to be with a person who was safe. And so one day when he pissed me off, I broke up with him like on a whim. Because the majority of my prior relationships were with like antagonistic men, I was not ready to receive someone who was safe and loving and
Patterns. She has patterns.
Oh yeah.
A large number of women have patterns.
I think they have the same pattern. I think that I'm not gonna. Hey, ladies, don't criticize me. Don't criticize me. I'm just talking about
No,
a certain percentage of women.
tell your truth.
They like the drama. They want to yell and scream, and they just like they want that toxic relationship. Maybe you didn't have a father figure, or maybe you just learned it from some of your friends' relationship. But hey, it's 2026. Women, you have to do better. Men, you definitely have to do better.
I've seen situations where being toxic goes wrong, and it got violent.
Yeah, especially when you look at social media, you look at, the boyfriend kills the girlfriend or the wife kills the husband or vice versa. You could get the husband that kills the wife or, we hear about that always in the news. But look, hey, ladies, you have to do better. By listening to this woman talk, she's very ungrateful. She didn't know what she had, and you never know what you have until it's gone. And now it's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone.
And,
No,
and,
that's your secret.
and it just baffles me how the victim and the blame shifting but see, that's that harsh reality. It reminds me of that song from Bobby Womack. If you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight. I can't be at two places at the same time. When you all alone and the skeletons comes out the closet and start chasing you all around the room, the memories are like a ghost. Oh, I love that song.
kind and caring. Maybe I didn't think I deserved it. Maybe I couldn't recognize what it was. My nervous system didn't know what to do with safe. My parents were kind of emotionally unavailable. Growing up in that dynamic, you kind of look for that in partners as well. So I ended up with emotionally unavailable men back to back to back.
Unresolved trauma turns relationships into therapy sessions. The emotional labor is what will cost you. She carries baggage from toxic family or bad exes, daddy issues, trust problems, or repeating cycles. You become her therapist, endless talks, walking on eggshells. Good men invest empathy, but get burned when her trauma sabotages the relationship.
We just got done just talking about that. We just got done saying that in a nutshell.
That's so sad.
This happens. And you know what? I feel sorry for the men because a large number of men do mean well, but then you got that other half that don't give a fuck, that's out to get whatever it is they want to get. You know, they want to lean in with their money and their status and things. We're not talking about them. We're talking about the good men. We're talking about the men that do want a family, that goes to work, that comes home, that is faithful, that's loyal. Not perfect, but loyal, knows how to love, ready to love, and treat you right. But yet, if they're not getting fucked over, they're getting friend zoned or rejected.
Right.
I can sit up here alone and call out certain individuals that rejected me. But when I look at how they move, I'm like, I'm glad you rejected me.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, you just basically dodged the bullet.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's like, how do you like this one person? I've been on and off I'm trying to paraphrase, on and off with this individual for a few years. And just recently, we've been more on than off. But we can be friends. The fuck out of here. First of all, that says a lot about you. And then, on top of that, looking at your photo, because, folk want to take selfies and shit on TikTok and Instagram and using fucking filters. Like, your past, your pain is on your face. Like, woo, I dodged a bullet with you.
Oh yeah, I've dodged a couple of bullets too.
You just a toxic person and don't even know it.
I've definitely dodged one or two.
Insecure. The fuck you insecure about? Look, I'm 6'2", 290 pounds. Muscle. Not all muscle, but muscle. Athlete on athlete. But yet, how can I put it in the right words? You like me or you don't. Cool. You won't find me attractive, but somebody else will. Cool. You see, that shit don't bother me because I know my worth as a man. And there's a large number of women that sit up there and they make the mistakes, just like we're watching in the video that you showed me. They've had good men and they fumbled it.
Sympathy has limits. Encourage therapy, but don't fix her. Protect your own mental space. Good men aren't saviors.
I was married for 5 years, but I was with my husband for 10 years. And I'm going to be honest, I lost a good man because of my mindset of I can compete with a man. Like, okay, clean vibes, princess treatment. I ain't have to fucking work. I ain't have to do nothing. I'm talking about lift a finger, but my mouth was bad. And I lost a good man. Like, she said, I ain't have to do nothing.
Key word. Oh, key word. She said her mouth. Her mouth. And this is a sister. Very few black women will ever admit that their mouth has gotten them in trouble. Their mouth, they've missed out on opportunities. Their mouth turned the man off.
That mouth got you single.
Like everything about him was good.
So knowing that,
I'm taking that L, but I still have to.
So you working on it?
Because it's other good men.
So you working on it?
Huh?
You working on it?
That mouth. I'm working on my mouth because in my next relationship, I'm going to obey direct orders. I disobeyed every direct order, but I didn't cheat. And I thought I'm the perfect wife. I don't cheat. I don't go outside. I don't even get dogged up. But I'm in the house saying, fuck you, suck my dick. Fuck your mother.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. Oh, she said, suck my hot link. Really? But see those traits, those manly traits, you don't have a hot link. And I know it's you too.
Right, yeah.
I know you don't have a hot link, but yet, where'd you learn that from?
Right. I think this generation, I think more women want to be men. And then they're trying to treat the men like women. And that's all backwards. Ladies, you got to listen up. All right? That's not how it's going to go. And if you have that mentality, you're going to stay old and single.
True. Or you gonna fuck around and meet the wrong one and he gonna fix your mouth.
And this motherfucker, man, fuck the kids we got together type shit. That's how mad I get. I fucked up a whole marriage. I had the nigga that every bitch wanted.
The crazy thing is,
and I'm sitting here saying that because it eats me up every day.
Yeah. Shout out to you for taking
because now I have to work my ass off. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm an alpha at the end.
These are combative traits. The price that you will pay is a loss of respect and masculinity drain. She's overly combative, argumentative, and adopts masculine energy, always challenging, never submitting. She loves to boast that, I don't need a man, I don't need you, or debating everything in your relationship. You pay with your leadership role.
But when that man gets up and walk away, when that man picks up his shoulder pads and his helmet and he walks away, she's devastated. It's a problem.
And then she becomes heartbroken, and then she becomes, oh, let me play the victim.
Mm-hmm. Then
When
she
in
go,
reality, it's your fault.
Then
You
she
you
make
fumble.
then she make TikTok
Yeah.
videos seeking sympathy and validation through other women. And that's that whole sisterhood shit. You know, it's that whole look, if you're gonna have a sisterhood, why not teach other women the positive things, good things, how to be, how to carry yourself? If you want to talk about feminism, why don't you teach the women how to be feminine, fit, and friendly? What's up with all these negative advice? And then the types of women that are giving these negative advice, behind closed doors, they operate the total opposite from the advice that they're giving others. Okay, I know a race hustler when I see one. You know who to pander to. Broken, broke, fatherless, toxic women.
Constant power struggles erode your confidence and turn love into a battlefield. Good men want someone that's equally yoked, not opponents. Disrespects you in public, emasculating comments, refusing vulnerability. Seek feminine energy that complements you. Walk if she's competing. Women exhibit as much or more indirect verbal aggression as men, especially in low-risk settings. A 2023 review challenged male-centered aggression theories, showing women match or exceed men in non-physical aggression. Good men lead, don't battle.
Left my caring, perfect boyfriend for a completely new guy who destroyed my mental health. This is the fastest karma in the history of all karmas. Let's go. Me and this guy started talking 8 months ago. He got my contact from a friend that posted my picture on her story on my birthday. 2 days into talking, this guy started telling me about how he fell in love with me. That it was love at first sight. The moment he saw my picture, he just knew that I was the one. I told him that I was in a relationship with my boyfriend at the time, and he was like, that is what all girls say, that he doesn't really mind because girls say that to guys they're not interested in. And after telling him multiple times that I was in a relationship, he did not mind. He told me he didn't care. He went over to my friend to ask me out. Then he started using money to buy his way into my heart. I let him have sex with me unprotected. I kept telling him not to come inside of me because I was not ready.
So, you let him nut in you.
Unprotected sex. So you
Then
let him, yeah.
he spend money on you. So, right off the rip, he knew you were a garden tool and took advantage of it. Then, in the process, you let him be intimate with you. You let him. You could have said no. But no. You. Okay. I'm pinpointing these things out because this is the type of shit that we really need to have a discussion on. And not only that, I take that back. When I listen to some platforms, I do hear individuals calling it out. And you modern feminist toxic women will be held accountable for your actions. And they are holding them accountable. I do give that, starting to see that in 2026.
That night, I was so overwhelmed with guilt for cheating on my boyfriend that I cried overnight. At this point, I was already falling in love with this new guy. So I decided to run a pregnancy test. I told him about it to send me money. Lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, I was pregnant. 2 weeks gone at that. So it was certainly his pregnancy because this entire thing was like 3 weeks. I concluded that I was going to abort the pregnancy, but I said I should tell him first, which I did. And I blamed him for coming in me after begging him not to come in. But guess what I did? I went ahead to break up with my loving boyfriend who did not do anything to me. I told him that I was done. He asked what he did. I said nothing. I just told him that I lost feelings for him because this new guy, I don't even know, he's like he used jars on me. So I broke the news to my new boyfriend that I broke up with my old boyfriend, and he was like, thanks for choosing me. I love you and I'll cherish you forever. Blah, blah, blah. Things went back to normal, but it did not even take him time before this guy went back to his nonchalant attitude again, and now it even got worse. It was as if I was talking to a complete stranger. I would go to a point I started getting used to this guy's nonchalance because he would go days without talking to me. Now, one particular day, I got a text message from him saying that I think I'm moving on. It is not you, it is me. Everywhere fares blur. I asked him why he wanted to break up. He said he just doesn't want me to keep wasting my time. I cried, I questioned him. He told me that he's sorry, that it was not his intention to hurt me, that I should forgive him. Then I was like, you never loved me, because if you did love me, you wouldn't be doing this, and it was obvious that you were playing me from the start. I can't forgive him, and I've been blaming my...
Okay, I'm done. Listen, when I hear this bullshit, you had something good and you fucked it up, and now you it's the repercussions of it.
Right. So now you're playing the victim.
And
you had something good, you fucked it up.
Thank you.
Basically,
And
yeah.
it's like a large number of women are getting that harsh reality, and they're going to keep getting that harsh reality, because don't think once you're done being toxic or done being for the streets and being done ran through, now you want a good man and that good man is going to appear. Bullshit. Because don't no man want tainted ass. Don't no man want a woman that's been ran through like a Tolland Hunnell.
Right.
Okay? Nobody's perfect, but at the same time, a man, here's the thing. A man wants a woman that he could bring home to the family functions and don't have to worry about Big Mama pulling him in the kitchen and have a private meeting about who the fuck he brought to the house. And he need to take that thing back where he got her from. I'm sorry. That's my stance on it.
I agree, you know.
You got to be careful. You got to be careful of who you date, who you sleep with, who you let in your house. Hell, who you make a plate for. You got to be careful. You cannot stop. And again, and I will keep telling men this. Stop taking women out on dates that don't deserve to be taken out on dates. Number one, stop giving your hard-earned money to women that is not your wife.
Yeah, you know, that saying, she's for the streets. She's for the community. She's been around the corner, the block. And I mean, it's sad. In her case, she really fucked up the relationship with this guy.
Most
And
definitely.
she
Most
just-
definitely.
And she basically just told him, like, hey, you know what? I don't want to be with you no more. So, I mean, we hear about this all the time. Ladies, in 2026, you have to do better.
And if you're a good man, fuck your feelings. Something out there is better for me. And then they get that harsh reality that it's not. That good thing that you had, that was the best thing for you.
And now it's gone.
And now somebody else have it. I see you sent me another video here. Okay, Jada Black. Zion Williams. What's going on?
Oh, it's a lot going on with this one right here.
Oh.
This has been the topic of the week.
Ooh.
This has been lingering around social media. We really have to talk about
You
this.
really want my opinion, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course. Like this topic, I've seen it on all social media platforms. So this is like, we have to talk about this one.
Let me ask you this. What do you think about Zion Williamson?
I think Zion Williamson is he's a great basketball player,
Okay.
but in his personal life, he makes bad decisions.
Okay. I kind of agree. Let's hear what you got pulled up here.
What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk
Shout
about
out
this
to Jada Black, by the way.
story that was sent to me by people who are subscribed to me on Instagram. Shout out to y'all. And it's about Zion Williamson. You know, I was contemplating making a separate video about Zion Williamson, his life, and where he is. Apparently, this adult film star is claiming that he is the father of her child. Now, apparently, she started making these claims.
Man, she thick. She pretty thick. She nice. Another one. Because the first one was the dumb bitch.
She's the definition of toxic. Ladies, you would not want to be like her.
The first chick.
Yeah.
The fake ass, fake tits. Yeah. Okay.
The all the surgeries and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, washed up. Okay, now this is another one. Okay, damn, she looked better than the first one. Okay, let's see.
About 6 days ago, when you go on her Instagram, she started making these claims 6 days ago. And the Neighborhood Talk showed some of the posts that she put up, right? She put these posts up showing transactions, things of that nature. Just a lot of like hoish type behavior that comes from women.
But how do we know that was recent? That could have been old shit. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It could have been old shit. Or she could have probably wanted to extort some money from him. And he said no. Who knows? It could be anything. Oh, now,
right,
that Trump passed that bill now, mandatory testing. You know, so if that's the thing, and that's what we have to pay attention to. When certain things are being done, you're not going to wait. You're going to execute it. People are waiting days and weeks and months to say something, to make an allegation. It's like, if it was really true and the person really did something, you would have acted on it right then and there. You wouldn't have waited. That's just my opinion.
Who are sleeping with these guys. They want either a social boost from this or they want OnlyFans subscriptions.
True.
Either way, why is Zion sleeping with these heifers? He didn't learn his lesson from Mariah Mills. Now,
everyone, that's the whole name, Mariah Mills.
Right.
Listen. And when I played ball, okay, professional ball, AFL, XFL, Team USA, even when I was in the training camps, what is it? 01, Atlanta Falcons training camp, 05, Dallas Cowboys training camp. When I was doing my thing, I learned to lay low. At the end of the day, you have is your name. A lot of individuals disrespect their own name by their behavior and the things that they do. You are professional. Why in the fuck are you messing around with IG 304s?
And this is like my opinion with the whole Zion thing. Like, you know, like I said, he's a great basketball player.
Talented
basketball player. But when you really look at the relationship that, you know, like the relationships that he's in and the, you know, and just the drama, that kind of like takes away on how you really look at him. Like, wait a minute, like, you're a talented basketball player, but you're making dumbass decisions off the court, Zion. You really got to do better, man.
My question would be, because here's a pattern. This is a pattern. What was going on in your childhood? You see what I'm saying? Did you experience any trauma? If so, what types of trauma? Mental, physical abuse? Were you touched? Did you see certain things growing up? Were certain things said to you that locked in your subconscious? What was it? Something had to have happened. Those childhood issues that you didn't get resolved, but now you are an adult and they keep showing up in ways. Now you're choosing certain individuals and there's a pattern of them, pattern of it. They don't like you, but they like your money. They don't want to be with you because they see something in you and you this amazing person and you'll be a great father and a husband. No, they want that fucking bag.
And that's what they're looking for. Like they're most of these women are with athletes and celebrities and these type of people is because they're looking for the bag.
They're looking for the come up.
Yeah. You know, they don't want to. And ladies again, like, I'm not trying to say all women. I'm just saying there's a small percentage of women. They're looking for the bag. They don't want to work. They're lazy. And when you see a person like Zion or any type of athlete or entertainer, you're targeting that person and you're like, okay, I'm going to learn everything about this person that I can learn about him, his traits and everything. And that's where it goes wrong because these athletes, they need to protect themselves.
That's what happened with Brittany Renner. That's what she did.
Yeah.
And what was his name? BJ, whatever his name is.
PJ Washington.
Yeah, that's what she did to him.
Yeah.
But yet, motherfuckers on social media,
right?
It's okay for a younger woman, an older woman to date a younger man, but let an older man date a younger woman. It's a problem.
Yeah, definitely.
Stop that.
Right.
And just like my boy Edwards, he was smart. He said, you know what? I'm going to pay your ass off right here. And that's that. Now she's trying to get more money because she blowing her money off.
Right.
But
because I think, not to cut you off, but she's trying to live a lifestyle that she can't live. So it goes back to social media, like you said, and it goes to these reality shows on watching other women on these reality shows, and you're trying to live that same lifestyle.
That part.
And it can't happen. Ladies, like you really have to understand that most of these other women, it's called reality TV for a reason. So, you have to just stay in your bubble. You have to just stay in your place. Stop trying to impress other women.
True.
Apparently the child, just from looking at her, she looks like she may be with 2 years old, maybe 3. But this is another sad example of someone who unfortunately cares more about chasing behind adult film stars with horrible BBLs. He's more concerned with that than actually being a good basketball player. This is why his current team is trying to find value to trade him. They don't want to just trade him. They want value for it because Zion Williamson was supposed to be the next great NBA player. And that's, at least right now, it's not looking like that's going to happen.
God damn. The way she looked. Woo!
Yeah.
Damn. She looked fucked up. Damn. But again, you something's going on there with Zion. I don't know. It's something that keeps taking me back to some things went on in your childhood.
Right. You would think that he would learn from the first relationship with the adult
situationship.
With the adult film star. We're not going to really say her name, but we're not going to even give her no attention or anything. But he should have learned lesson learned from the first relationship that he was in with her. And now allegedly you're in another situation. And it's just like, what's going on with you, man? Like Zion, look, hey, listen, I don't know you. You know, like I said, you're a talented basketball player. What's going on, man? Like it's 2026, man. Like I said, men, we have to do better. And women, we really have to do better.
Yeah, because they talking about trading him. It's like, dude, you need to get your. I mean, it would suck to have no team take you. Some athletes have blacklisted themselves and wonder why no team will touch them. It's like, nah, you too much of a liability.
Right. You know, you're always in the media. So a wise person told me this. A wise person told me and said that your image is everything. So Zion, if you are listening, or if you even watch this episode, your image is everything.
Most definitely.
You really have to just hold yourself to a higher standard, especially you're a basketball player. So you have kids and you have all type of people that's looking up to you. You're an actual role model.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, even playing ball, yeah, I had access, but I didn't take advantage of that assets, And when you have access like that and opportunities, you have to be mindful, because what you think is a good opportunity can also turn out to be the wrong opportunity. Because you didn't think with this head, you thought with that head.
Right.
And it got you between a pimp and a hard place.
Either it's because of his eating habits or because of his
eating habits,
activities outside the court besides food, which happens to be adult film
in New Orleans, boy.
And he's going to this. You gotta be. Again, I'm not the one to type to try to judge people, but you have to definitely be at your thirstiest to just be going after randoms on social media. This
nigga be on the phone, nigga be on Instagram, nigga be scoping, he be flipping,
yeah,
he be shuffling. Oh, this one, boom, get in the DMs.
Telfa's a random, man. She got that, I call it the BBL tattoo on her stomach, so you already know. Then she got this horrible BBL. It's like he sees this and he doesn't care. He just having unprotected relations with these heifers. If this is true, he can't be helped. But she's putting out all this information to show that he slept with her. You got to ask yourself the question, why? Why are you putting this out here? What are you trying to prove? Are you trying to... Because again, if he's the father, you go to the courts to demand the DNA test. You don't.
She wants money. Pay me off. I'm exposing you. But like Jada said, you go get a paternity test. If you're not willing to go get a paternity test, then there's a problem. Now you just extorting money from this man. You trying to ruin his credibility,
right?
By saying this, he's the father. I got photos to prove it. But how do we know those photos are real? How do we know those photos are recent? Those could have been old photos.
That's why we're saying allegedly.
Yeah, okay.
Go to social media to do that. And apparently this particular female did this 6 days ago. She started 6 days ago on her Instagram. just thirsty. I don't know who's thirstier. I don't know
They
if
both
she's
thirsty.
thirstier or he's thirstier. Because both of them are showing thirst beyond thirst. I mean, he's thirsty for BBLs, she's thirsty for attention. Because with these chicks, they don't really post this stuff on their pages. They'll do it on their Instagram stories and they'll just take it down and deny everything, right? But she has all this information that y'all see here. This is on her Instagram. All this is on her Instagram. 9 has claimed that the New Orleans Pelicans star Zion Williamson could be the father of her child, and she has requested a DNA test. She claims to have video evidence of Williamson and a screenshot of a $2,000 Zelle transfer. The adult content creator posted photos of the $2,000 Zelle payments from a Zion Williamson named account, along with posts such as "Let's play a game, who's the baby daddy?" Which again, that young girl unfortunately has no chance with a mother like that. She has no chance. Look at what she's doing. She's posting receipts of payments sent to her. Why? If you're trying to get a DNA test, you go get legal representation and you take it to court. But they want to come to the court of public opinion. She just throwing her box around, because if you got two different men talking about who's the baby daddy, you're having unprotected relations with different men at the same time.
And that lets us know what type of person she is.
Oh yeah,
and,
she's definitely, a 304.
and a large number of women that move that way. And it's sad. We're gonna let it play a little bit more.
In addition, the content feature a video compilation of Dope Chick 6ix9ine with her toddler and a man who looks like Williamson. One fan says Zion can't catch a break on and off court. I'm not gonna lie, this guy needs to be harshly dealt with. Another person added, finally, another user stated, my guy needs to stop taking down these Mandingo minors. There have been no comment from Williamson yet. Of course not, because when allegations like this happen, he never says anything. Y'all remember this girl? I don't. This girl that got arrested, like, he don't have no love for these heifers, right? Lust than to get with a young 20-something-year-old who don't know any better. You know what I'm saying? With washed up heifers who can't get nobody else, and they get these BBLs, they start doing OnlyFans content. Nobody.
Okay. As we close, these are the same types of women that we hear on social media, on TikTok, exposing men, shaming men, but yet you talking about you want a high value man, but yet y'all don't even know what a high value man look like.
They don't have no idea. And just let me just bring this up about this woman, right? I don't know this woman from a can of paint. Why would you post receipts on your Instagram stories? Oh, I get it. You want attention. That's what it is. Just if he allegedly, we're gonna keep saying allegedly, if he got you pregnant, do it the right way. Get him to take the paternity test, lawyer up, and do it that way. Don't put all your business on social media, because right now you're looking like the 304.
And you know what? Let's just allegedly say that child is not his.
Right.
He hit it. He hit it a few times. She wanted something more. He probably didn't. So this is her get back.
Yeah.
How many times have we seen situations like that happen?
Too many situations. Hey, ladies, it's 2026.
It's
You
2026.
have to do better. And I'm not trying to criticize the women out there, but I'm just saying, ladies, you have to do better. Men, you really have to do better.
Really, really, because stuff like this should not happen. You know, in 2026, we don't need to be dealing with toxic people. It's your boy Big Truck. I'm signing out. Got Mr. W here. Listen, it's always good to have locker room conversations. It's always good to have those men conversations because you get a chance to air it out. You get a chance to say what you need to say what should have been said. Let your soul speak with no judgment. And we're going to be doing more. We're going to be having more of these types of conversations because when you have these types of conversations, now it just opens the door for everything else in therein. We got to get it. Men, keep your peace. Take your go